Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 16th to the 30th, 2025 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, danehartguidedmessages.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Cancer. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. So at the heart of it all, Cancer, just a minute here. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is, I actually see you getting messages. It's like getting an idea, getting a download, like getting messages from spirit, getting information that you're like, ooh, what do I do with this now? And it's going against something that you're like, well, I wasn't going to do that again, or I wasn't going to see that again, or it wasn't going to be like that. And now you're looking at a situation and you're like, oh, it's different than I thought it was. And that's going to be really important during this time, during the last half of June, because it's different than you thought it was. There's a different way that's moving you forward. And you're going to see, right, it's like by the raven's call, right? It is by a very smart understanding of something that you're going to be looking at things differently, and you're going to be seeing yourself differently. So just be aware of this. And a raven is going to be a very important sign, a very important symbol during this time. And remember, ravens astoundingly smart. Like, they're as smart as 7-year-olds. So that is really cool that energy is around you. Now, the challenge here is, of course, the High Priestess. Now, that is also why Spirit is showing like that download from Spirit, that download of information, right? You're connecting with your High Priestess energy, right? The veil is being lifted from your eyes. You're seeing things more intuitively, more aligned with your spiritual self, more in essence with you. And so the High Priestess comes forward, and the challenge is going to be to listen to that High Priestess, there we go, High Priestess energy, to listen to that insight guiding you forward, to see that knowledge moving with you in a way that is, it almost feels like, well, how will I know that? Like, how is that true? Like, what about that? It's like, shouldn't I be more worried, or shouldn't I be more angry, or shouldn't I be more? And there's going to be a very like quote unquote base reaction that you're going to want to go to. And Spirit is saying here, no, step back a minute, and connect. So here the challenge is going to be to let the information download and come through in a way that really changes how you see yourself moving forward, how you see your situation. Now, where you need to focus is on the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right. If you have air sign energy in your chart, if you are born on the cusp with Gemini, that energy can come through very strongly. But the need to focus here is being that student, looking at things in a different way. Here you have all ideas lifting her up on her path. There's sparkles, there's magic coming out of the books, and the birds are guiding her. And there's the sense for you, what you're learning, what you're understanding. There's magic going to be opening the path in a way that you hadn't anticipated it to. And you're going to also find yourself asking questions, diving deeper into things where you're like, oh, but what about this? And what about that? And how about this? And how about that? And it's this passion guiding you forward, this insight opening up the door. And now you feel excited again. You feel invigorated. You have these questions, these power, guiding you forward. You can also have young energy. This does not have to be a young person. This is going to be a person with very, very youthful energy to them. Like they have a tendency to I'm just seeing like Tigger, right? Like boing around like Tigger, like just kind of like bounce. They'll twirl instead of turn, type of thing. There's an exuberance to them. They also love to be moving. They love to be looking at things in a different way, or like looking at things, but they'll see it, they'll define it in a different way than most people will. And you're going to find yourself being very inspired by that energy, and also really picking up on that exuberance is going to be a little bit infectious, which I love for you. Now, the energy that you're leaving behind is the devil. That's a fantastic energy to leave behind. Now, this can be, quite frankly, you're leaving a Capricorn behind. The devil does represent Capricorn. December 22nd to January 19th is the time frame, but you're also letting go and like releasing a lot of manipulation that has been around you. It's like a lot of, and it's not just like people around you manipulating you, right? It's also like media downloads of, oh, buy this, do that, do this, do that, type of thing. You're releasing a lot of toxic energy, a lot of toxic, gook that has been in your psyche. And it's like, no, I'm not doing this. And you're also breaking chains, and you're breaking, like these bonds that you don't want in your life anymore. You're like, I don't want this. I'm not doing this. This is not okay. And you're going to see yourself becoming more free, becoming more agile of spirit and soul and connection. And it's like, oh, but this is what I want. Like, this is where I desire being. And you're cutting doubts and fears, addictions, hurts, pains, disappointments. It's like, I'm not carrying this anymore. I always see the Disney, what was it? The Disney Christmas Carol, like with Scrooge McDuck, when I think it was Goofy who was Marley in A Christmas Carol. And he says, I built these chains one by one. I know it's a very classical rendition, but there's this sense of I'm releasing what I don't want. I'm releasing what I don't need. And nobody is going to have power over me in that way ever again. It's like, I see me now. And as you see you, the strength that comes forward during this time Cancer is the Hierophant. I love that for you. Now, this is also Earth sign energy. So you have very strong Capricorn energy here with the devil coming forward, right? And that freedom of manipulation and feeling like a puppet on the string. And then you have another Earth sign energy come forward, which is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck represents the Pope. Here it is a man meditating and laughing, and the sterile to enlightenment. And there is this sense of exuberation, of exuberance through expression coming forward for you. That's going to be very important. But it is also the sense of, I am finding my place, my space. I do not need to define myself the way that others do, right? You can be, we are, right? In a world where people like to put people in boxes, like to have definitions, like to say, it's just like this, it's just like that. And what you're going to see here is that you're really kind of kicking down those expectations and those definitions, and you're really seeing yourself in a very different light, in a very different way, in a very different power. And as you do so, you're embracing what it is that you want. You're going to the beat of your own drum, but you're also carving out a space for yourself, a place for yourself in ways that surprise you. Like you're like, oh wow, I didn't know you could do this, or I didn't know about that, or oh wow, this is so interesting. And there's this sense of you're not being subversive, right? You're not going against the grain in a way that really, like, it can aggravate some people, but it's not like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely horrible. It's the sense of, but I'm taking my power. And so nobody knows exactly how to define you, but there's this allure and this beauty to you that as you let yourself shine forward, it's like, oh wow, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what Cancer has about them that makes them so like attractive, like so exuberant, so powerful. But I just know that it's there. And it moves us then to the near future. And it's the Six of Swords. It's taking this knowledge, it's taking this understanding, and it's moving forward. And of course, you're going to be unsure at times. It's not always going to be like tally ho, like I got this, type of thing. It's going to be this energy of, oh, what if I got this wrong? And what if I got that wrong? And what if I have to like think about this more or think about that? Don't overthink things. Think and be wise with your decisions. You have the most beautiful mind. You have a blessing around you right now around business, okay? But you also have a very inquisitive, very, very beautiful understanding that's going to be guiding you forward during the last half of June. And as you do so, your knowledge is going to be leading you in a place that you didn't know you needed to go. But like, again, it feels like coming home. It feels like, oh, this is what the journey was for. Now, the advice here is to be mindful, okay, of the energy that you're trusting and also the wisdom that you're taking in, especially around money or what you value as much as money. Because with the Four of Pentacles here, there's some vampiric energy coming in where it's like, oh, well, I'll help this and I'll help that and I'll take this and I'll take that. And it's kind of like, I don't know, we're on a Disney kick right now, but it's kind of like when the stepsisters see Cinderella in her gown that the mice made and they rip it all apart from her. So here, just be mindful about that during this time. It's going to be very important for you to mind your P's and Q's, to know your money, to know what you want, and to be very wise with who you trust. Okay? Seriously. There's going to be somebody that comes in first and foremost that's going to remind you of somebody, right? You're going to have a very strong connection with them. They remind you of the devil. They remind you of the chains that you were just in. And it's like, oh, that feels normal. That feels right. It's like, no, don't do that. Here, hold on to it. Make people wait. And that's going to be very important as well. Like, they have to wait. It's on your terms, not theirs. It's going to be important. And then the environment, oh, you have the Ten of Swords. You're rising out of this place of just feeling like enough is enough, right? It was too much. It was too overwhelming. The Ten of Swords, it's like, oh my gosh, it just weighed you down. And now you have this rebirth and this reinvigoration, like this vibrancy. There we go. With this vibrancy of voice coming forward. And it brings us then to the hopes and the fears. And it's the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I see this moving into the Ten of Pentacles, prosperity, success, full circle. But here, it is working hard. It is loving what you do. It is being passionate. Now, the fear is that you'll never get out of the rat race. You'll never get to the place that you really want to be. Work, even if you do what you love, there will be days where work just always feels like work, okay? So do be kind to yourself with that. Excuse me. But with the Eight of Pentacles, there is this energy here where it's like, I fear that I will never create what it is that I want, right? There's a fear here of it being dull or boring or not there. It is going to take time, but you are getting to where it is that you want to be. Trust that inner voice more. And if you could do it's this creativity, right? This creativity of movement, this creativity of motion. And if that comes through just like writing and letting yourself just like automatic write, or letting yourself like automatic dance or sing or whatever, just to alleviate the inhibition around you, to let yourself embrace your own power and creativity, that's going to be very important. And then the outcome is the Ace of Wands. This is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you your passion. That's illuminating the darkness, that is guiding you forward. You don't see yourself taking this instantaneously here, you don't, but it's like this is it. It's like your fire is leading you forward. What was once dark, now the light comes in, and you are more inspired than you ever were before. And it's almost like, oh, why did I wait so long? And it's like, because you had to learn, you had to gather the story, you had to gather the understanding. And then that has led you on the most exquisite adventure. And Spirit's like, now it is time to let that passion, that creativity shine forward, and have you see things in such a different way and express it in that creative difference, but also in that way that talks to so many more people than you realize. It moves us then to the spirit message here, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And it is the crane. And it says, you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity blesses this union. And as I always say with the crane, which is one of my favorite cards, right? You have this beneficial partnership coming in. It doesn't mean it has to be romantic. It can be a friendship. It can be, even, a spiritual relationship with spirit, with source, with your angels, with your spirit guides. But this partnership is coming forward and it is beneficial for you, okay? Luck and longevity blesses this union, that way of listening and that way of connecting. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is family. This is the root chakra. At the root of you is your family, the family that you've created, the family that you were born into. Whatever family is to you, means to you, that is going to be really important during this time. Friends who have become like family that you can talk to, connect with, that is just super important during this time, that energy. The energy we need to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the King of Cups. Very interesting. We are represented by the cups in the minor arcana. So we have to be mindful of getting in our own way, but we also have to be mindful of emotional manipulation. Okay, people who are going to know that we are, I want to say a bit of a soft mark. Like, we have a kind heart and a sweet soul. And somebody's going to want to take advantage of that. Stand firm in your belief and in your power here. Yeah, Cancer. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message. It is the blue jay. It says you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. And I love that for you. That is a blessing from spirit moving you forward. And that is also you embracing your spiritual nature of calm and of love. And it brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is spiritual awakening, the crown chakra. You are going to see yourself awakening to so much more knowledge, so much more insight than you thought possible. And it brings us then to the subconscious energy to be mindful of, Princess of Swords. Verbal manipulation of things is going to be very important. Say what you mean. Do not let others, kind of pull apart your words. It moves us then to the subconscious tarot message. It is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is happiness and joy and success. And it's people who are cheering for you and want you to succeed and who look at you with love and with beauty and raise you up. And that energy is just so brilliant. Keep on surrounding yourself with that energy and that power. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Cancer, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Bye.